think the mile is an interesting distance. I mean, what we know from a running participation perspective is it's one of the fastest growing segments in all running events right now, which obviously makes it really relevant. I think there's also like an interesting nuance in a sense that the mile is almost not long enough for people to go and run. You know, nobody's going out to run a mile as a fitness goal. But I think what we are seeing is that people are really excited about the notion of racing a mile.
The brief that we got from the brand when setting out to create the 5280 was create a shoe for the Fifth Ave mile that helped our racers be the fastest they could be.
The shoe really started as this idea and a concept that was on a whiteboard. And to see it go from that to assembling the team, saying who can design and engineer and conceive a project that we can dial all the way up at a level we haven't before in the middle distances. And it's a pleasure to be the athlete that was a member of that team.
Yeah, I think we talk a lot about data to design as a brand and how capturing athlete data and runner data has influenced a lot of the product creation that we've done over the last probably 10 years. I think the 5280 is probably that on steroids, and it's probably the most complete data story that we've ever done.
The 5280 was aimed at elite running for the road for a very particular distance race. What that allowed us to do was create a shoe that would obviously be more beneficial for more runners, but we felt as if narrowing the scope took off a lot of the guardrails that we normally play within when we're creating product. So it allowed us to do a lot of different things. That allowed us to create a product that is great for all sorts of speed runners that are running shorter distance races.
You know, once you've done the research and you've applied the athlete data, is that then ultimately making a difference? And our testing showing some really interesting results right now, which is super exciting.
Some of the key technologies that are present in the 5280 are the foam, being our highest rebound foam that we've created yet. There's also a carbon fiber plate inside, a unidirectional carbon fiber, so it's able to flex with the foot when landing, but also create a lot of propulsion when taking off. There's also a intarsia knit, so a hypo knit zonal upper, so there's many zones in the upper that do different things that support the foot, allow the foot to move and flex, and also lock the foot down onto the top of the shoe.
They started with early prototypes saying, you know, what are the materials we're going to use? What are the different ideas behind propelling a person forward specifically at this pace? And so that required getting me into the lab and saying, when Jenny runs at this pace, what is her foot doing? What are the biomechanics doing, you know, from the ankles up? And so they just did an incredible job really capturing what a runner looks like and what the demands they put on a shoe are like. And then they really built a shoe around supporting that effort at that level.
The relationship with the athletes was huge. It's been great to see athletes' reaction to the product, thinking that what they had on their foot was the best thing that they could possibly have, and they were very comfortable in those products, and then giving them something pretty wild and pretty new and different, and seeing their expression when they put it on and they felt the difference was amazing part of this process.